A huge thanks to SoSwag for pioneering this video format. Without further ado, here are 21 Rome Total War factions described in one sentence. Let's get started. Welcome to a faction that fields legionaries, cataphracts and armored elephants, where you'll spend most of your campaign defeating your enemies with militia hoplites and levy pikemen. Introducing the faction, with a military stuck in the Bronze Age, whose AI will advance light years ahead of its competition. I would rather betray the world than have the world betray me. It is clear that Spain is a knockoff of Carthage, but at least you can recruit historically inaccurate demigods. Your grandfather may have hated Gauls, but you'll just pity them after you steamroll the northern tribes. You'll get to fight one band of elephants in the early game and never see that species ever again. The Senate will assign you to conquer the most advantageous region in the game and will pay you for doing so. The Greek unit roster may seem lackluster until you discover how just a few hoplite boys can destroy an entire faction. Playing this campaign will make you feel as powerful as Alexander the Great until most of your population dies from the plague. You will probably have an easier time beating Dark Souls than completing a long Numidian campaign. I believed that the Warriors of Chaos had the most incomplete roster until I tried playing as the rebels. Imagine having a hard time playing as the Gauls and then watching some guy on YouTube complete their short campaign in 2 minutes. Since we have no siege equipment available in our roster, we might as well throw heads at our enemies. It turns out that Germanic berserkers in Rome Total War are just as powerful as berserkers from Gears of War. Behold, the only barbarian faction that had the thought to design a ballista. Just because the Huns won't show up for another 600 years doesn't mean you can't roleplay as Attila. Imagine being surrounded by enemies with anti-cavalry units when the infantry in your roster consists of these guys. I guess I'm in the minority of people who actually enjoy playing as Pontus. Imagine that the highlight of your campaign is being able to recruit Bastani. My diplomatic relations with my neighbors will remain tempestuous for the next 2000 years. I am the Senate.